Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. There are some rules in life that just ain't meant to be broken, especially when it comes to how you treat a woman. You mess these up, and you'll find yourself wondering why she's giving you that silent treatment, that cold stare, or worse, why she's gone. Fellas, let me tell you something. If you stop making your woman feel special, somebody else will. And I'm not just talking about another man. I'm talking about life, distractions, her own dreams and ambitions. A woman doesn't just want to hear that she's loved. She wants to feel it in the way you treat her every single day. The problem with most men is that they start strong, flowers, compliments, date nights, little surprises. But once they get comfortable, all that effort just disappears. And that's where the trouble starts. At first, she's patient. She tells herself, maybe he's just busy, maybe he's stressed, maybe it's just a phase. But after a while, she starts to wonder. She starts to feel the difference. She used to wake up to sweet texts. Now she wakes up to silence. She used to catch you staring at her like she was the most beautiful thing in the world. Now you barely notice when she walks into the room. She used to be your priority. Now she feels like an afterthought. And that right there, that's where love starts to fade. Not because the feelings aren't there, but because she doesn't feel cherished anymore. A woman needs reassurance. She needs to know she still matters to you, that she still excites you, that you still see her the same way you did when you were chasing her. And let me tell you, it's not about grand gestures or expensive gifts. It's about effort. It's about noticing the little things. It's about listening when she talks, remembering the things she loves, and making sure she feels seen. Think about this. When was the last time you told her she looked beautiful just because? When was the last time you grabbed her hand while walking just to remind her you love holding it? When was the last time you planned something special, not for an occasion, not because you had to, but just because you wanted to see her smile? See, that's what women hold on to. Not the money you spend, but the moment you create. You got to understand something. Women don't just want love. They want to feel chosen every single day. They want to feel like you see them, like you appreciate them, like you still feel lucky to have them. You might think she knows I love her, but that's not enough. She needs to hear it. She needs to feel it, because the minute she starts feeling neglected, the minute she starts feeling like she's just there, not treasured, not adored, that's the minute things start falling apart. And let me tell you something. When a woman feels unappreciated for too long, she changes. She becomes distant. She stops trying. She stops fighting for your attention. And then one day she stops caring altogether. And trust me, once a woman stops caring, there's no coming back from that. So you got to show up for her. You got to remind her every single day why she fell in love with you in the first place. If you want to keep her, you got to keep choosing her. Because the truth is, keeping a woman isn't about the big things. It's about the little things done consistently. It's about making her feel special every single day. Nothing will make a woman shut down faster than comparing her to someone else. It doesn't matter if you mean well, if you think you're giving constructive criticism, or if you're just making an offhand comment. Comparing your woman to another woman is one of the worst mistakes you can make. A woman wants to feel like she's enough, like she's your first choice, like there's no one else who even comes close. The moment she feels like she's being measured against someone else, she starts to question her worth in your eyes. You might think it's harmless to say, why don't you dress like her? Or she's really good at cooking. Maybe you should try it too. But what she hears is, you're not good enough as you are. And that's a wound that doesn't heal easily. Women remember things like this. It sticks with them. They might not say anything in the moment, but they start feeling like they have to compete for your approval. And let me tell you, no woman wants to feel like she has to compete in her own relationship. And don't think for a second that only negative comparisons hurt. Even when you think you're giving a compliment by comparing her to someone else, it can still backfire. saying something like, I love how independent you are, unlike my ex who was so clingy, might sound like praise to you, but to her, it's a reminder that you're still thinking about your past. She doesn't want to be measured against someone who came before her. She wants to be seen for who she is, without the shadow of another woman hanging over her. Then there's the worst kind of comparison, the social media comparison. Fellas, listen to me. Instagram is not real life. Those women you're looking at, double tapping, following, they're showing you the highlight reel, the best angles, the best filters, the best lighting. Your woman sees you admiring these pictures, and even if she doesn't say anything, it affects her. She starts wondering, is that what he really wants? Is that what he thinks beauty is? And once doubt creeps in, insecurity follows. And when a woman starts feeling insecure in a relationship, she starts pulling away. What a woman needs is reassurance. She needs to feel like she is irreplaceable in your life, that no other woman, past or present, even comes close, that you see her beauty, her value, her uniqueness. Because the moment she starts feeling like just another option, she starts questioning if she even wants to stay. And once a woman feels like she has to fight for your validation, the love between you starts to fade. It's not about avoiding compliments for other women. It's about making sure your woman knows that no one else holds a candle to her, that she's not in a race against anyone, that she doesn't have to change, adjust, or compete for your affection. A woman who feels secure in your love is a woman who will give you the best version of herself. But a woman who feels compared, who feels like she's being measured against someone else, will eventually start to feel like she's never enough. And when that happens, no matter how much love there was in the beginning, it starts to fade. A woman should never have to beg for your time. If she has to constantly ask for your attention, if she has to remind you to spend time with her, if she feels like she's always waiting for you to make space for her in your life, then something is wrong. A woman who loves you doesn't just want to exist in your world. She wants to feel like she belongs there. She wants to feel like she matters, like she is a priority, not an option. And when a woman starts feeling neglected, it's only a matter of time before she starts pulling away. Too many men make the mistake of assuming that once they've won a woman over, once they're in a relationship, once they've got her love, they don't have to try anymore. They start putting other things ahead of her: work, friends, hobbies, social media, even just scrolling on their phone. And at first, she might let it slide. She might try to be understanding, but deep down, she's noticing. She's feeling the difference. She remembers when you used to drop everything just to see her, when you used to plan dates, when you used to sit and talk for hours. And now she feels like she's fighting just to get a moment of your undivided attention. A woman should never have to compete with your phone. She shouldn't have to wait until you're done checking every notification, liking every post, or finishing that last level in your game before you acknowledge her. When she talks to you, she wants to feel heard. She wants to know that you're present, that you care about what she's saying. You might think you're listening, but if your eyes are glued to a screen, if your mind is somewhere else, she can feel it. And nothing will make a woman feel more alone than being next to a man who isn't really there. Time is the one thing you can never get back. You can buy her gifts, you can apologize with flowers, you can make 1,000 promises. But if she feels like she's not worth your time, those things won't matter, because love isn't built on words. It's built on actions. It's built on effort. It's built on the little moments where you choose to be with her, to focus on her, to make her feel like nothing else in the world matters more than the time you share together. And let's be real, life gets busy. Responsibilities pile up. Work gets stressful. But if you can make time for everything else, why can't you make time for her? If you can wake up early for a meeting, if you can stay up late for a game, if you can clear your schedule for things that matter to you, then making time for her should never be a question. Because when a woman feels wanted, she gives you her best. But when she feels neglected, she starts to withdraw. And here's the thing: when a woman stops asking for your time, that's when you should really worry, because that means she's done trying, she's done hoping, she's done waiting. A woman who cares will always try to be in your life, but a woman who feels ignored for too long will start making her own plans. And when that happens, don't be surprised if one day she stops making time for you. No relationship can survive without time and attention. You can't expect her to stay when she feels invisible. Love needs presence. Love needs effort. If you truly care about her, you won't make her fight for your time. You'll give it willingly, because you understand that a woman who feels valued will always give you her heart. But a woman who feels like she's being pushed to the side will eventually walk away. Respect is the foundation of any strong relationship. The moment you disrespect a woman, whether in public or private, you start tearing down the trust, love, and connection she has with you. A woman remembers the way you speak to her, the way you treat her, and the way you make her feel, especially in front of others. When you embarrass her, belittle her, or talk down to her, you're not just hurting her in that moment, you're planting a seed of resentment that will grow over time. Public disrespect is one of the fastest ways to lose a woman's love. When you correct her in front of people, when you dismiss her opinions, when you make jokes at her expense, she might smile and let it go in the moment, but inside, she's storing every single word. She's wondering why the man who is supposed to protect her is making her feel small in front of others. A woman wants to feel proud to stand beside you, not humiliated because of something you said. And it's not just about words, it's about actions too. Ignoring her in social settings, prioritizing your friends over her, acting differently around people just to impress them. She sees all of it. A woman notices when she's being valued and when she's being treated like an afterthought. And when she feels disrespected in public, she starts to lose confidence in the relationship. She starts questioning whether you truly appreciate her. But let's talk about private disrespect too, because that's just as damaging. Some men think that as long as no one else hears it, it doesn't matter. But a woman never forgets the way a man speaks to her behind closed doors, yelling at her, calling her names, dismissing her feelings, making her feel like her thoughts and emotions don't matter. These things leave scars. You might not see them, but they change the way she sees you. A woman who is constantly disrespected in private will eventually stop opening up, stop trusting, and stop feeling safe with you. Respect isn't just about not saying hurtful things. It's also about showing appreciation, understanding, and kindness. It's about making her feel like her voice matters, her opinions are valued, and her presence is a gift. If she comes to you with a concern, dismissing her or telling her she's overreacting is disrespectful. If she's upset, telling her to calm down or stop being so dramatic only makes her feel unheard. Respect means listening, really listening to what she's saying, even if you don't agree. It means recognizing that her emotions are valid and that she deserves to be treated with care. A woman who feels respected will stand by you, support you, and love you with everything she has. But a woman who feels belittled, ignored, or constantly criticized will start to pull away. She will become distant, guarded, and eventually she will stop trying. The worst thing you can do is make a woman feel like she's not worth basic kindness and respect. Because once she realizes she deserves better, she won't stay in a place where she is undervalued. If you truly care about a woman, you will respect her not just in front of others, but in every moment you share with her. You will make sure she never has to question her worth in your life. You will treat her with the same kindness, love, and admiration that made her fall for you in the first place. Because at the end of the day, respect is not optional, it's essential. The man a woman falls in love with is the man she hopes will stay consistent. In the beginning, everything is exciting. You put in effort, you pay attention to details, you make her feel like the most important person in the world. You send her good morning texts, surprise her with little gestures, listen to her with genuine interest, and make her feel like she's the best thing that's ever happened to you. She falls for that man, the one who chases her, who makes her feel wanted, who makes her feel like love is an everyday experience. not just a moment. But over time, many men get comfortable. They start assuming that just because she's with them, they don't have to try as hard anymore. They stop doing the little things that made her smile. They stop planning dates, stop complimenting her, stop making her feel special. The effort that was once so natural suddenly starts fading, and she begins to wonder what changed. A woman notices these things. She remembers how you used to make her feel, and she feels the difference when you stop. When she used to get long, thoughtful texts and now just gets short replies, she notices. When you used to hold her hand every chance you got and now barely reach for it, she notices. When she used to be the first thing on your mind and now she feels like an afterthought, she notices. It's not that she expects grand gestures all the time. It's that she just wants to know that you still care the way you used to. The biggest mistake a man can make is assuming that once he has a woman, he doesn't need to keep her. Love is not something you win once and then forget about. It's something you nurture every single day. A woman doesn't fall out of love overnight. She falls out of love because she slowly stops feeling the way she used to. She starts feeling more like a convenience than a priority. She starts feeling like the passion, the excitement, the deep connection you once shared is fading because you're no longer choosing to show up for her in the same way. Women are emotional beings. They don't just love with their minds. They love with their hearts, their souls, their entire being. They need to feel loved. They need to feel wanted, appreciated, and valued. And when they stop feeling those things, they don't always say it right away. At first, they might try harder, put in more effort, do things to reignite the spark. But after a while, if they keep feeling unappreciated, they slowly start pulling away. A woman doesn't need big things to feel love. She needs consistent things. She needs to feel like she still excites you, like you still admire her, like you still see her the way you did when you first met. She needs to hear compliments, feel affection, and know that she's still someone you cherish. A simple "I love you" is great, but showing her through actions, through effort, through consistency is what truly makes her stay. The reality is, keeping a woman isn't about grand romantic gestures every once in a while. It's about making sure that she never has to wonder if you still love her. It's about making her feel like she is always worth the effort, not just in the beginning, but forever. Because at the end of the day, a woman doesn't leave because she stopped loving you. She leaves because she stopped feeling loved. And when that happens, no words can bring her back. Because what she needed wasn't just words. It was actions that proved she was still the most important thing in your life.